All right, good morning. My name is Chelsea McGuire. Thanks so much, Breezy, for that introduction. I am the Director of Communications here at your BBB, and I oversee our communications and outreach, so trying to make sure BBB has the right face in the community for both consumers and businesses. And then I also oversee membership retention, and that's really why we're here today, is making sure that you as our accredited businesses see value in your investment in BBB and that you are getting the most out of every dollar that you spend. And so we're so grateful to have you here today. Today we're going to cover a lot of services that we offer. Some of them you might already know about, you might already be using, but I'm sure that you'll be able to walk away with at least one tangible benefit that maybe you haven't implemented yet, or maybe you haven't approached it as something that you could use in BBB's services. It is not going to be absolutely every single benefit, and I'm not going to walk you through, the minute steps on how to implement every single one because it would take longer than 45 minutes. And I know that you're busy and your time is valuable, so we'll try to cover a lot of information. And if you have any individual questions or specific cases to yourself that we can't cover in questions today, you can always reach out to me directly or our accredited business services department in the future. All right, so we're going to get started. So first of all, just setting the stage, as a BBB accredited business, you have committed and agreed to these standards of BBB, and that commitment really is the initial step in setting you apart from the rest of your competition and other businesses in your community. By doing this, you're also supporting the mission of Better Business Bureau, which is really the heart of everything we do, comes to a more trustworthy marketplace. So with this commitment, you have agreed to uphold the standards of trust. If you are a newer accredited business or have kept your welcome packet that you received right after you signed up, those standards of trust are in there, and it shows exactly what we want businesses to embody. Basics, you also need to maintain a B or higher rating. Have open communication with customers, whether that's through our complaint process or just in general out in the community. Being a role model to other businesses, striving for a more ethical marketplace, and of course, the financial investment. And we know that as a business, every dollar counts, and if your dollars aren't working for you, that's a tough decision to make, and we want to make sure that you understand how these dollars are working for you and which tangible benefits that you can implement immediately. But first, I would just like to say thank you for being here already and for the investment and commitment you've made to BBB today. So today's areas of focus, we have 3 different areas we're going to go through today. First is enhancing your BBB business review. I would love to see how many of you have ever gone to your BBB business review, and so if you haven't, you're going to understand what is on that today. We're going to talk about promoting your BBB accreditation. You are standing above the rest in the community already, so why not tell everybody? And then the other services we have available. There's a lot more to BBB than just complaints and just, the logo. And so we want to make sure that you're aware of the other services we offer and see if they fit and work for you. Okay, so to start out with understanding BBB and the services we offer, almost everything that we offer is on our hub at bbb.org. And we want to show you and make sure that you understand how consumers experience this service and how they get to you. What are they looking at and what do they see when they come to look at your company? So we're going to take a quick tour of the homepage of our website and make sure that you are familiar with it. And if you have any questions, let us know. So our website has changed a lot over the years. We actually had a brand new website system-wide across the country just last year, and so it's become much more user-friendly for consumers to find you as our businesses. So on the home page, consumers can search here in this top box to look for a business specifically. This is where someone is more looking for an individual business by name, or maybe they just saw a phone number pop up and are curious what it's associated with, and they can look that way. Also, if they choose by category, so this is saying I'm looking for a plumber, for example, this will default to BBB accredited businesses only. So you as accredited businesses are the only companies listed in that that roster. The other services that people most primarily come to us for here, they file a complaint directly, they write customer reviews, they request bids from accredited businesses here on this main box. But one of the primary benefits of being an accredited business is here in the center, and this is our BBB Accredited Business Directory. And as you can tell, our BBB accredited businesses are the ones that we truly feel that we can trust because we've checked you guys out. So we have that commitment with you guys. This is where people search by industry, category, type of business, and they can also look up an individual company, and that's what we're going to do here today to show you a business review. Ellie's All-Star Team is one of our test records. Ellie Sprinkle is our CEO, and so this is our little fun test record to just show you what it looks like. And let's see here, we searched by name, and then we're going to find her right here. And here we have come to the BBB Business Review. This is like our snapshot of a business and their reputation and history that we have information on. So the information that matters the most is obviously this contact information up top. As an accredited business, we want to make sure we have all of the most accurate and up-to-date information. We've got your business name, address, email address, and website. Obviously, we want to direct people to your content and your information as well and make it easy for them to find you. We show the accredited business seal and rating right up top. Consumers can request a bid from an accredited business and only an accredited business right here. And it just is a nice contact form. We've got photos and videos, also a benefit only for accredited businesses. And then all of these tabs across the top will show a little bit more information about this company and their history. For example, complaint history, we're going to see all of those and you can read them verbatim, including the business response. Customer reviews, also verbatim, including business responses if they have them. If a company had government actions or advertising review, it would be here. And then down here at the bottom, this is kind of the historical data. How long have we had this file on them, the business's start date, where the company should be licensed through, and more information about the company's management and what industries and categories they offer. So this is a snapshot of a BBB business review, and then we'll talk more in detail about it here in a moment. All right, so now that you've seen what a business review looks like, we're going to talk about how to make sure yours stands out compared to non-accredited businesses. Okay, so we've done a quick tour already. So as you saw, there's a lot of information that we publicly show about a company. This is because if any consumer ends up on your BBB business review, no matter how they got there, we want them to get a comprehensive look at your company and not need to go anywhere else in order to verify that information and to find more details. So key points that we include, that contact information is extremely important, and we also know how important that rating is to you as a company. I just love whenever I see an accredited business promoting their rating because it just shows that they are proud of that rating. I just had a bid from an accredited business recently, and in their presentation, they had their business review printed out and showed that rating on there because they were so proud of it. And that just truly shows the value of the information on a business review. As you note there at the bottom where the asterisks are, request a quote and videos and photos are 2 benefits only for accredited businesses. So what we ask of you is to take control of that information that's on your business review. As your staff, as your BBB staff, we do annually do our best to keep up with the information. We know a lot can change in a company in a year, including contact people, are you moving locations, that kind of stuff. So we do our best to keep up with that. We also are checking your licensing and making sure that's up to date. But you have access to update and ensure this information is accurate at any point in time. So if any of these items change, if you get a new website, if you're entering social media and get a new Pinterest page for your company, email addresses, we want that information coming directly from you as much as possible, because then we know it's the most accurate. We also have the ability to add more information by customizing, your hours of operation, the different services you offer. So if there's any information missing, you can also contact us or log in and update it yourself, and we will make sure that it's 100% accurate. All right, so photos and videos. In the online world we live in today, when you're looking at Facebook or Instagram, people really care about having a visual cue about a company. And photos and videos go a long way in not only branding and showing your business, but it also just really personalizes this page for you. So we encourage you to add photos and or videos to your business review. Before and after shots are a really great way to show just how amazing your work is and what talent and expertise that you have. If you love your staff members, and give that personal look into your staff and who would actually be working on these projects for people. And then also, if you have a logo, branding that page is wonderful. And then when they see it on BBB, and they also see it on your vehicles, and they also see it on your place of business, making sure that you have really personalized this page, and photos are the first and easiest step to do that. Secondly, checking your statistics. This is unfortunately one of the best kept secrets about BBB, but we track all of the statistics of what a customer does when they go to your BBB business review. So if they click on the logo on your website, or if they click on your website link from the business review, if they request a quote from your company, we're tracking all of that information so you can see tangibly how many people are looking at your business review at any point in time. I want you to note that every industry might have very different levels of traffic, and it's also affected seasonally. For example, landscapers might get a higher peak of viewing in the spring and summertime, and then something with snow plowing might be more heavily searched during the winter time. And so those levels do change over time. But consider that over a 1-year period, let's say 40 people look at your BBB business review, and if they're potential or current customers, and that review, that rating, that history, the ability to request a quote directly from you, that made them end up choosing your business. And they may not have ever told you that they checked you out with BBB. And so if even a small percentage of your inquiries become customers, it would likely pay for your BBB accreditation dues. And so we can't guarantee that you're going to get, X number of customers each year from this, but you can know that this is part of people's researching decisions before they buy. So you have control to look at these statistics real time every day. Okay, so now we've talked about what information consumers find about you, taking control of that content and making sure it's accurate. And now we want to shift into promoting your BBB accreditation status. As we mentioned at the beginning, by meeting those standards, by going through the vetting process, and I would also just like to note really quickly, only about 60 to 70% of businesses who apply for BBB accreditation meet the standards and are able to become accredited. And so the fact that you made those standards and you continue to meet those standards year after year, that is something to be proud of, and it's something to brag about. So we want you to promote it. We want you to brag about it and show that you have met these standards and you continue to. So use that BBB accredited business seal everywhere. The logo on your screen right now, the one that says accredited business with the BBB torch next to it, that is the logo that only accredited businesses can use. Any company who uses it who is not accredited, we go through a very rigorous process to get rid of that, because we only want those who have met the standards to get that benefit of using it. So the top way to get the benefit of this logo is if you have a website, install that dynamic seal on your site. And when we call it the BBB dynamic seal, we're not talking about a static photo that you upload. we're talking about going into your AB only page, which we'll talk about here in a minute, and you get to choose what color and size and orientation of this logo, and then it's going to generate HTML code. This code then goes into your website, and it auto-updates nightly. As you can see with this example here, it says BBB rating A+, and it's as of a certain date. This sets you apart from the businesses who are not accredited that just put that logo on there and they cannot use this same type of code, and it shows that this is accurate and up to date every single day. Every time someone clicks on this logo, we track that statistic. Please note again that if you put a static photo of the accredited business logo on your website and just hyperlink, we will not be able to track this. So going through the accredited business login page and downloading this HTML code is paramount to making sure you're seeing the benefit of this. And if you have questions or issues with that, you can always contact us and we'll help you with it. Another way to use the logo is within your traditional advertising. Obviously, not everyone has a website, and also it's not the only place where people find you. So if you are advertising in a newspaper, in the yellow pages, even in TV commercials, we also provide a zip file of all of those static images, the JPEG images of the accredited business logos that you can use in any type of advertising. Those are a couple examples on your screen of people who have used it, and it's just really fun to see that logo all over the community. We also provide free stickers and decals for you to use in other areas of your business. If you have a storefront, this is one of those stickers that we want people to see immediately when they walk in. If you have a fleet of vehicles, we will provide you with stickers and decals that are easily removed for your vehicles as well. We have 2 different sizes, and these are completely free. So if you need new ones, if your old one is peeling, and also just a slight note, if your logo, if you have a sticker, if you're one of our older accredited businesses, you might have a logo that looks a little different than that. And if your logo does not look like that one, contact us and we'll get you a refreshed and new version. So anywhere you want to put it, we've got them for you and we're happy to give them to you. Another way to promote your accreditation is through customer reviews. And I know customer reviews are a double-edged sword. I've had some wonderful and hearty discussion with many business owners in the last couple of years about customer reviews, but they are the new word of mouth. They are where consumers are saying what wonderful and negative experiences that they've had. But a really moving statistic that we have seen at BBB since we've had our customer reviews available on our BBB business reviews is that non-accredited businesses and accredited businesses have had nearly equal the number of customer reviews filed, but non-accredited businesses only have 37% positive reviews, whereas our accredited businesses have 71% positive reviews written about them. And that just really shows the power of accreditation and the fact that this does show that these businesses stand apart. So we want you to be offering and encouraging your customers, because we know that most of our interactions with our customers are positive and they're excited about the products or services they've received. And so we provide one pad of 50 free customer review cards to our accredited businesses every year. And if you love them, we're happy to get more printed for you at cost. And that's an image of what they look like on the left of your screen. And they're just a quick tear-off sheet you can give to any customer and say, hey, thank you so much for choosing us. Here's a great way to show how you felt we did today. So it's free. It takes them directly to your BBB business review and those customer reviews. We know that not everything is positive, and so you can also use that opportunity to respond. So we do give you that ability to respond to those reviews. And if something's a little shady and you're sure that person was not a customer or did not have an interaction with your company, you can also contact us and let us know that this was not your customer. So we do try to keep them neutral as we possibly can, to keep that information as positive as possible. We also offer other opportunities to partner with BBB. We've found over the past handful of years that there are some businesses that, by aligning with BBB's brand, it's really helped them with their reputation, helped them cement themselves with customers they didn't have otherwise, and so they would like to align their brand further. We do offer quarterly advertising classified ad pages for BBB accredited businesses in Spokane and Kootenai counties with the Spokane Journal of Business. We also have a partnership with a third-party vendor, YPC Media, and they help us with sponsored advertisements and sponsored listings in the BBB accredited business directory that we showed you at the beginning of this webinar. So they do call on our behalf. We have a very open, transparent, and positive relationship with them. If you have any questions about the relationship with them, if they're a legitimate partner, if you have any comments or concerns, we are always open to feedback. And like I said, we have a very open and transparent relationship with them. So if you have questions, please let us know. Another opportunity is our Trust Sponsor Program, and we are about to have a soft launch of this new program, and it's more of an in-house advertising opportunity and more like a community partnership with BBB, event sponsorships for our Shred Days and the Accredited Business Appreciation event we're going to have this year. Sponsorships are an option, different advertisements on our website if you want to have more frequency of visibility on our website, those types of things. So there are other options if you're really seeing a lot of benefit from your partnership with BBB that we are open to discussing if you'd like to talk further. All right, so those are really some of those tangible benefits that you have access to. Your business review is really the bread and butter of what we offer. Using the logo, by making those standards and meeting those standards, that logo just is that proof of who you are and what commitment you've made. And now I want to talk a little bit more about the other services BBB offers. And this really goes into the heart of supporting BBB and our mission. All right, the Request a Quote program. Luckily, there's very little you have to do here except for you need to respond to them. So Request a Quote is a way for customers to ask for bids from BBB accredited businesses. So on the homepage of our website, for example, and you click on that logo you see right there, it says, what service do you need? So for example, just personally, I just needed quotes for windows, and I chose 3 local BBB accredited businesses. I just had to click 3 little boxes, fill out one form, and it then sends an email to contacts that we have in your BBB record to respond to this request for a quote. So this is a hot lead coming directly through BBB to you. So all that we need to do is make sure that we have a correct and accurate email address that receives those quotes. We encourage you to respond, within 24 hours if possible. We know business gets busy, but these are hot leads of consumers asking to buy. In 2015, we're nearly to 500 quote requests that have been submitted to BBB accredited businesses. So if you are not sure if you have the right information in there, you can always ask us and we'll get you caught up there. Installing the button on your website as well. So let's say you don't have a contact form or you don't have a way for consumers to directly reach you from your website. You can also download an HTML code to get a button to put onto your website. This will create that form and directly put them onto your BBB business review to get that contact. Mediation and arbitration. Often when I'm doing a presentation, I say, what do you know that BBB does? And people just immediately say complaints. And I know that it's not the most glamorous side of what we do, but it is still a part of the business world. That issues happen, mistakes happen, and we know that accredited businesses want to make it right whenever possible. Mediation and arbitration is when those complaints are not able to get resolved in the basic complaint process of communicating back and forth. The benefit to a BBB accredited business like you is that you don't have to pay anything to have legally binding mediation or arbitration. Mediation is where 2 parties come together and try to facilitate, with the facilitation of a trained mediator, to come to a resolution or compromise. You get a lot of time. You get, a neutral third party, for not a staff member of BBB, to help facilitate that. And also with arbitration, the trained arbitrator, often a lawyer, they actually make that decision. So this is a great option as an alternative to small claims court. It is free only for accredited businesses. There is a fee for the consumer and for non-accredited businesses. So if you don't even go through the complaint process, but you have an issue that's becoming a headache with a consumer and you want to just bring it to BBB, that is something that you get to do for free. You get more time and you still get a legally binding resolution. Advertising review. Back in 1912, when Better Business Bureau started, it started on the foundation of truth in advertising and keeping businesses honest. Back then there were a lot of crazy products out there that people were selling, and they weren't truthful about how they were selling it, and it was truly harmful to consumers. And that still happens today. We still see advertisements that say you can lose 5 pounds in 5 minutes. And we want to make sure that our accredited businesses have accurate advertising. But that also means a level playing field out in the business community. So you have the right and the opportunity to challenge your competitors. So if you see a business, in your industry that you have questions about how they're advertising and what they say, you can submit those to BBB and we will take a look at it. We have a full-time investigator, and this is a primary part of her job. We also review advertising when businesses become accredited. Also, if you're running a new campaign and maybe you want to make sure that it meets all of the regulations of BBB's Code of Advertising, which is very closely related to the Federal Trade Commission's advertising rules and regulations, we are happy to double check them and give you recommendations on being the most transparent and honest and clear to your customers. We completed 63 advertising reviews in 2014, and we'll be blowing that out of the water in 2015. So this is still a big part of what we do. Please help us keep that playing field level. All right, so now we've talked, I know it's been fast and furious and I'm just flying through these benefits, but I want to make sure we value your time. But a big part of this is obviously, how do you do this? How do you access these benefits and where can you do that? So we're going to take you through a very quick tutorial of the accredited business only page. This is where you log in and get access to all these benefits. All right, so when you go to our homepage of our website, and it's just bbb.org/eastern-washington. If you go to bbb.org, you'll get there as well. Right here at the very top of the page, it says Business Login, and that's where you're going to get to this page, and it's going to ask for your email address and password. And if you don't have that information or it's not letting you in, you say, I need help with my BBB login or forgot your password. These top ones are going to get you there immediately. You don't have to wait for a staff member to respond, so you're going to get automatic ones sent to you. If a contact from your business that does not have an email address in our record, we will need to add that for you. So just give us a call and let us know and we'll get that taken care of. So we're going to do a quick tour. We actually just completely redid this page and what it looks like, so it may look a little different than what it did last time you were in if you've already logged in before. So we're now in our accredited business only page. Primarily, you're going to be using these boxes in the center of your page. Similar to how we are providing this information today, this top information is how you enhance your BBB business review. This is how you promote your accreditation. And this is how you can use more of those services we mentioned about mediation, arbitration. If you want to request an ad review, all of that is here as well. If you also need account changes, so if you want to change your password, or if you have maybe a credit card that you need to update, this is also where you can do that information as well. And I would just like to highlight, because I'm just so excited about it, this BBB store is a brand new benefit we just offered. So if you need more BBB merchandise, including you want to add BBB logo patches to your staff uniforms, you need new stickers, or you want a BBB accredited business plaque, We have all of that here, and you can order them directly from us. What I do want to show quickly, because this is one of the most difficult, unfortunately, and important places to do your benefits, is update my business info. So when you click on this box, this is all of the information that we have showing publicly on your BBB business review. Here's the kicker. Unfortunately, it says here, I think at the bottom somewhere, you have to go all the way to, it says here at the top left corner, you have to go all the way to the end of this form in order to submit it. So if you complete steps 1 through 5 and then you're good, if you don't go through all the way to 12 and press submit, we will not get any of those updates. So this is where you can change or add business names. So if you add a DBA to your business, you can add their addresses, and then each of these, if you hover over them, it does have the label phone and fax numbers, contact persons, email addresses. That's all going to be in here. Once you get to the very end, on page 12, you can just press finish and we will get those updates and we'll update your record accordingly. But on this page, everything that we've talked about today, you have access to here. You can view what your business review looks like today, your statistics, all of the newsletters we send out, and the WebTalks and the webinars that we provide. All of this information is here. So if you miss something today, or if you want someone else to get this information, we do keep records of all of that here. Okay, so the accredited business only page, that's where primarily all of your benefits are accessible. And again, if you need a new contact person added so that we can get you logged in, just let us know and we can do that. You can also update it on that update page. Okay, so again, this was a little fast and furious. We moved through quickly to make sure that we're valuing your time, but are there any questions on that box on the right side of your screen? We've got one here. So we do have a question from someone, from Kedrick. Kedrick. All right. So the question is, can we get some guidance on populating my site with photos and information? Also, do you have decals that can be mounted on windows from the inside? Ooh, that's a great question. Yes, so when it comes to these, the decals that we have, they're two-sided. So you should be able to put them on the inside of a window, and it will be viewable from both sides. Also with photos, that is also in the login page, and I am going to just show real quick. So right here on in your business login, it says add photos to my business review. And it's just like any other photo uploader. You can choose the title and caption for your image, and you just choose your file, check the box and say you have rights to use it, and upload your image. We're going to make sure that it's formatted correctly to show up right, and then as soon as that happens, we will get them posted on your BBB business review. So there is a little delay between you uploading them and them getting posted on your website or on your business review. And then this entire webinar will be recorded and posted to our YouTube channel. When we send you your survey after the webinar is finished, you will also get a recording of the webinar so you get access to the same information. Are there any further questions that we can answer today? All right, if my business is accredited in more than one BBB region, is there any way to link the two? And I'm actually going to let Breezy respond to this because she works really closely with the other Better Business Bureaus in our area.
Yeah, that's a really good question. So we partner obviously very heavily with other Better Business Bureaus, and oftentimes, just depending on what you're looking for with how you report out to your customers essentially, then what we do is what we call single report your business review. So it essentially means that on the other BBB's side that isn't housed with us, they actually take their record and link it directly to ours. So while they keep their own record just for their internal purposes, everything and customers are directed to us. So that's a really great way to keep everything centralized, so you don't have to do that much work. Just update it one time, and if you need any help with that, we are happy to do so.
Yeah, and just to piggyback on that, if there's locations in multiple service areas, those should all be accessible through one business review. And if it's kind of a complicated back end, so there are times when things just aren't linking correctly. So if there's something that is not correct with yours, please let us know. And we work especially close with the Seattle Better Business Bureau and the Boise Better Business Bureau, which is where most of our accredited businesses live. So just let us know and we'll make sure it's reporting 100% correctly. All right, are there any more questions we can answer today for you? We can, the question is only the recording of this webinar or just the slides would be available. I think we can make both available to you. So if you just want a copy of the actual slideshow, we can definitely send that to you directly. Just let us know, and I will send it to you directly, don't you worry. But if anybody else would like it, please let me know. All right. So at this point, I know that well, we've got another one. Where can I review my profile activity? Great question. When you are in the business login page, right here on the left side, and this is a test record just so you know, so there's going to be some weird information in here, but view my BBB stats, and that's where you can go in and see the activity, and there's also descriptions of what all of these things mean. So business review inquiries when someone views your actual business review, if you have uploaded that dynamic seal to your website correctly, we can also track all of those clicks. If you've received requested quotes, any complaint activity, we're going to look at that. So here, and like I said, this is a test record, so this is very odd traffic and odd numbers for things. But you can see right here how many times people have looked at your business review, if you've received any requested quotes. The online directory, this is when people have looked up your types of business, and so that you were listed on that roster and accessible for a consumer to choose you. We do not offer coupons, so that is not currently active, so that doesn't exist anymore, and more of those roster views. So report click has meant they chose your business review from that roster, and this is that you were shown on a roster. We get thousands of views to our accredited business directory every year. All right. I'm going to do last call for questions. And also if you have individual ones, Shannon, you've got a tough question today. Can you upload the dynamic logo to Facebook? Currently, no. We have been working with our headquarters and our IT headquarters staff to work on this for a while now. And currently, it is a very complicated process to do so. We do encourage, if you'd like to, post a link to your BBB business review. It does show the logo, and so that is one option and way to do that. But know that the dynamic seal does not currently have accurate instructions to be on Facebook. We are working on it, though. We know how important that is for a lot of businesses that get a lot of engagement on Facebook. You're welcome. All right, last call. All right. Thank you so much for joining this morning. I hope I wasn't too quick. I just understand how many meetings we have in a day and appointments and how important it is for you to be working. And so we really appreciate you dedicating some time in your day to review these benefits and make sure that you're getting the most out of your accreditation investment. Like I said, we are so grateful for you and supporting the mission of Better Business Bureau. And if you have any individual questions, you can contact us at any point in time. On the screen right now is the Accredited Business Services email address and phone number, where we're open 5 days a week. And then also you can contact me directly. My email address and name and phone number is all on our website as well, so you can contact me directly if you have very specific questions. And we also encourage feedback. So if there's any feedback on our presentation today, please fill out that survey when it comes to you. And again, thank you so much for joining, and have a fabulous rest of your Tuesday.